It is a miracle.
I'll be back playing basketball in no time.
Pretty excited because I've never seen anything like this before in my life. I felt like an owl. I felt like I could turn my head in a complete 360 degrees.
She truly found the reset button.
Angie's technique is the best I've ever come across.
I felt like a brand new person.
I really think it's a great treatment and it really works.
She's done a lot for me and she's really great.
This is very fabulous work.
Va perfect.
She proceeded to push at a level that was beyond anything I could imagine.
It's an absolute must.
Hi everybody, I'm Angie Holtschuh and this is the video related to my book Finally Pain Free. I'm going to show you today how the total regeneration of the spine works and how you can treat your pain and sport injuries on your own body. You can improve a lot on your body and regenerate injuries over and over again. It's just important to know how to do it and that you really dare to work on the pain spots, because if not, injuries stay in the body, get chronic over the years, and that's mainly the problem. We have to work on the source of the problem. That's the only way, and it's also the easiest. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's really easy to be pain-free. I found the instruction manual how to regenerate the spine over many years, and that's what I'm going to show you today. Because back pain only exists if the spine isn't been treated.
I'm someone who's had a lifetime of problems with my, shall we say, skeletal structure. I was a professional soccer player and I had a number of injuries because of that. I also got arthritis, which you can see in my hand. I've had a lot of problems with the spine and the neck. You know, I've been walking around like Frankenstein most of my life, you know, every stiff as hell. And when I came to Hawaii to speak here, it was really bad, very, very painful. And then this vision walked into my dressing room and said, I do spinal work. Well, I've just spent an hour with Angie and it's been absolutely bloody extraordinary. Not just what's been done, but the speed that it's been done. I mean, I feel like I've just reincarnated into another body after an hour. Not only that, of course, the spine is the central nervous system, and what I've been feeling since all this release took place is just like a consciousness shift, because the energy, the electricity is being able to flow again, where it's just been, you know, trying to get through all these blocks, and it's just been an extraordinary experience. Well, I'm kind of the standing here living proof, actually more living now because I'm more alive than I was before she started, living proof that this is a remarkable technique. The way I feel now compared with, you know, when she started, it is a miracle. I couldn't recommend it highly enough.
Everybody can do these exercises, even proactively, not just after many years of pain or surgery. Ideally, you work always on your spine, so the spine gets better along the years instead of worse. Don't wait for day X when the bomb drops and you have pain. The exercises I show you now, you can start immediately and do them over and over again as often as you want.
It's actually a funny story how I first met Angie, because Dave was telling me how he'd, you know, saw her and got this really sort of cool treatment and how it really helped his neck and his spine. And I was lucky enough that Angie was like, hey, I can treat you as well. Do you want to try it? And I was like, yeah, okay, awesome. So I jumped up there and gave it a go. And you know, I've been having a lot of problems with my sciatic and my hip flexors. So she specifically worked on that area for me. And I didn't mention where or how it was sore, but she definitely knew how to find the spots and worked it out and gave me a full treatment and figured out there was, you know, one of my ribs was out on my right hand side, and so yeah, she got right in there and right into the bones and really sorted it out. So I definitely feel freer, definitely sore, but you know, I can't wait to go back again and see what, you know, the second, you know, sitting does and how free it makes me. So pretty excited because I've never seen anything like this before in my life, and you know, some pretty cool equipment and tools that she was using that I've never seen. So For me it was a first time experience, and I hope to be able to go back and have many more.
So with all my heart, still the shoulders wide, still clean out of life, hold my head up high, I still take to fly, they can't break my mind, what I'm born with is mine, remember who you are.
These are the tools that I always work with. The wooden spoon, the relaxer and the magnets, and I go now through the whole body systematically, and I show you every joint how I treat it. If we have a problem with the ankle, we have to check out where the problem comes from. So we have to try the mobility of the ankle, see which side is restricted, and also work on the bones of the foot and see where the pain is in the muscles. So just go with your hands deep into the muscles and try to find the spots. Also, you can go with the wooden spoon, you can go deeper. All muscles around the joint can be the problem. So just try to find out where it comes from. Also here, you can search in the front or on the inside. And even on the foot. It's just systematic check out of everything that is around the joint. And then you also can work with this tool to regenerate the fibers. Also from the back. You also can work the calf muscle in this position. This is very good to access on the back here of the calf muscle. You really go into the fibers and you see the bruises here. This is the worst can happen. But it's when you work on the knots of the fibers, just take the knots out. It's important. The body can't do it, but the bruises is no problem for the body. This is gonna disappear in 1-2 days, but the knots, if you don't take them out, they stay there forever. You stick the magnets always on the spots of maximum pain, and then the magnet works like 24 hours a day on your injury. So under the magnet we have more circulation and more oxygen, and that's why the healing is so much faster. It's not expensive to work with the magnets, so everybody can do it. Just stick the magnet on your spots of pain and try it out. So this is the magnet here, and I have the sticker. So I remove one side of the sticker, stick it on the magnet, and now I remove the other side, and it's ready for sticking on the body. This is possible to stick the magnets like this, but it's you that have to decide where the pain is. So just go and search for the pain and stick them on your problem.
Hi, I'm Joakim Noah of the Chicago Bulls, and I'm here chilling in Maui, oceanfront, Shaka. 3 weeks ago, I sprained my ankle really bad playing against the Philadelphia 76ers in the playoffs. It was an important time for us, but it was unfortunate I got hurt, and season ended kind of abruptly, and I had a really bad swelling in my ankle, and I was fortunate enough to meet Angie, and Angie is my healer right now. You know, she's really helping me out a lot, getting the swelling out of my ankle, and I'm just so happy right now that, you know, I'm walking right, I'm feeling right, and just being very in tune with the body, and it's very, very unique kind of therapy. I remember the first day I met Angie, I said, Angie, you don't really use your hands? She said, why would I use my hands when I got all these great tools? And it's really painful. I'm not gonna lie. It hurts a lot, but at the end of the day, we want results. I'm hoping to go in the Olympics in 6 weeks, and I'm hoping that, you know, with all the work that we put in with Angie, that, you know, I'll be there. I'll be back playing basketball in no time. I also had some old injuries that I wasn't aware of, and Angie pointed out I actually had like a golf ball. It was a calcium deposit in my leg, and it was very hard. It felt almost like a bone in my muscle. And this is something that I've been, you know, trying to get rid of for like a year now. I couldn't do it, but because of Angie's help, you know, it's gone.
I just want to say thanks to you for trusting in my treatment from the beginning, and yeah, for sharing your experience with everybody out there, and I hope we can get the information to the people who need it.
First of all, I want to thank you. You don't have to thank me. You know, I feel like I feel at home when I'm here on Maui. Everybody's so friendly, and I'm really happy that I got to meet you. You're a real cool person, and I feel like you really helped me with my ankle and my injuries. You know, I really appreciate that, for real.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Angie.
If you feel any pain in the knee, again, we have to see where it comes from. So check the muscles around, the calf muscle, what we have done already. Then also now for the knee, we have to check the quadriceps here. All this area, go with your hands and search for spots of pain. Also go deeper with a wooden spoon. Mostly here I find old injuries, and we have to work them out. Go really deep into the fibers and cut into the tissue. So on the side, towards the knee, on the top of the quadriceps, or even on the inside. Then also work with the massage machine to regenerate the fibers. On the worst spot you stay longer, of course, and you work on them till the pain is gone. And then you stick the magnets on where the biggest pain was.
Hi, my name is Kevin Langerij, and in 2010 I had a pretty bad knee injury. I tore my ACL and had to get surgery to replace actually my ACL, and it was a really long process and really slow, and I had to do a lot of treatment, and one of the treatments I did was with Angie, and she did some amazing work to my leg. I could really feel the difference right after the therapy.
Stand as one, stand as one, stand as one. Stand as one, stand as one, stand as one. Stand as one, stand as one, stand as one.
It's really something you want to try.
Stand as one.
If you feel pain in your hip, check the area around if you find any pain spots. But most of the time, the problem comes from the pelvis. And that's what we're gonna look at now. The spine consists of 34 vertebrae that can be dislocated. If one vertebra goes out of position, then you're gonna feel pain and tension in this area. So if I reset the bone, everything is good. But if I don't do it, the body starts to compensate, and over the years more and more bones go out of the position. But what I see then on the spine is a total chaos that I just have to sort out. If I don't do it, you will feel less flexible, a permanent pain, and you think you're getting old. But we can turn back time and reset all bones so the spine can stay young forever. And that's the whole secret.
Stand as one, stand as one, stand as one. Stand as one, stand as one, stand as one. Stand as one, stand as one, stand as one. Stand as one, stand as one, stand as one. So with all my
Once you're an athlete, you're always an athlete. But when your body ages, things do change, and you adjust your mind to the changes of your body. And I've had one treatment from Angie, and I must really say that after much experience with body work, that she truly found the reset button, and I'm going to get back in the water.
remember who you are. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. Remember who you are.
I show you now the exercises for the pelvis, and that's a crucial part, because if the pelvis is okay, the whole spine is going to be fine. In the center we have the sacrum, and on the side we have the pelvis bones. So first we work on the sacrum. In the middle you can see small bones. We go with the spoon on the small bones, on the center line, and working down from both sides, right and left, working systematically down the whole sacrum, while the bone is moving from inside. And then also we go on the sacroiliac joint here, from up, walking downwards, and we stay on the points of pain, and we work systematically through the whole pelvis. You have here the pelvic bones, and you go from here to the middle of the spine. There you are at L4. You go one lower, this is L5, and we're going to start here with our tool in this direction from the right side towards the bone, and try really to find the bone and to feel it with the spoon, okay? So really go deep. And now you start to move your bones from inside, doing this exercise. Keep holding against the bone and go down slowly, step by step, along the middle line. You can work on the skin or even on the clothes, doesn't matter. Just go down the whole bone till the end. And the same thing on the other side. Systematic work. You also can do this movement, like circular. If you work on the right side of the spine, you go against the watch in this sense, and just try to keep your muscles relaxed and push here really deep on the bone. And even if you feel pain, stay relaxed. So this is the exercise for the sacroiliac joint. We go like in this direction, we go along the joint, and same thing, we try to move the bones from inside. You can all do the rotation, going downwards, or you can do circular move, or you can move the leg up and down, or going downwards, doesn't matter. And the same thing we do on the other side. Also working through the whole pelvis, taking all the tension out. And it doesn't matter if you work 1 minute or 10 minutes. You can do whatever you want.
I first met Angie down at the beach one day. She noticed that I was limping. I had a sprained ankle from a past surfing injury. She proceeded to basically pick up a rock And she took that and she put that into my foot, into the ankle area, into the bones, and she proceeded to push at a level that was beyond anything I could imagine. She worked on it only for about 5 or 10 minutes, the whole time kind of explaining how I could do the exact same thing, you know, by taking a rock like this and just pushing into the injury to break up the scar tissue and the fibers. That next day when I woke up, I felt a huge amount of difference in what had been a really stiff ankle. It was a lot looser and everything was a little bit more pliable. The work that Angie does is you know, just short of a miracle. You know, basically when she started working on my ankle, I was limping around, and by the time she was done, I definitely felt like, you know, that ankle was back to almost 100%.
This bone is what you can touch when you go on your spine, and it's where we're going to work on along these bones, up and down the spine. This is the only thing you can really feel, and we search for this as our orientation to know where we have to work. Now we do the same thing on the lumbar area. We go on the bone in the middle and working all the way up the spine in the move. Try to put the spoon really against the bone so you don't slip, and you go up systematically. If you feel a pain, you stay there. Same thing on the other side. Really try to fix the bone with the spoon and try as much as movement as possible, because the more you move the bones, the better the spine adjusts. You also can work with a wood that you step up a little bit, and then you can move one leg free. Same thing, you really need to push on the spine with a wooden spoon while you are moving with the leg, because the movement of the leg goes into the spine, and that's the way how you can really reset the bones. Just do the movement here and fix the spine with the spoon. So now we're going to the dorsal area. We go all the way up, and you also can work sitting. It's more relaxed for the muscles if you sit. You can also do it for the low back, so no problem. Just do what feels good for you. Also you can work here on the clothes, no problem. Same thing on the other side. Try to lean a bit on that side that you're working. It takes more tension out, and so you can even work deeper on the bone. For the dorsal area, also it's easy to work with this tool, just leaning on a chair, and you can really walk up the whole spine, leaning on this massage tool. It's the best way to work the upper spine, because you can't really reach it with the wooden spoon, but you can lean on it. And so you work up till the cervicals, all the way up.
Hi, I'm Jason Pollocal, and I'm a big wave rider. I've had some really big wipeouts.
Remember who you are. Remember who you are. Remember who you are.
I've had 2 treatments from Angie. I had a rib out of my upper back. For months I couldn't sleep. I had lots of treatments from other people. And finally I saw Angie, and the first treatment was quite intense. And after the second treatment, I got a lot of benefit out of that, and my rib is fine now. I was back to normal and I was feeling great. I really think it's a great treatment, and it really works.
On the cervicals, we can work here in the middle line on the spinal process, but we also can go a little bit more outside on the transverse process, and we also can rotate the bone from here on the outside. And the better the bone is reset, the better for the nerves that are going to the organs. So the organs are getting less problems if the bones are reset. I show you now the exercise for the cervicals. We start in the upper section of the dorsal area. The spoon is on the bone in the middle line, and we start to move from right to left, and we walk up the whole bones. Step by step we go up higher and higher. And we can also work the other side. It's important to keep the contact with the bone here with the spoon, and also you can go from up downwards. You also can do this, like saying yes, this movement, or from right to left. Same thing, going step by step, bone by bone, going up and trying to move the bone from inside.
So the other day I had a big crash, I had a big jump, and I hurt my neck. I twisted my neck very bad. I couldn't twist, I couldn't look to the sides. And then after one session, the next day it was great. I left the magnetics overnight in my neck, and all good.
So with all my height, still with shoulders wide, still clean out of life, hold my head up high, I still take to flight. They can't break my mind. What I'm born with is mine. Remember who you are.
This is the exercise for the shoulder. First, check if the joint is in the right position, pushing the joint into the position by moving it down or this way, or like moving it like this. And also check all muscles around the joint where the problems can be. Maybe biceps, maybe pectoral, all this area here, triceps, or trapezius. From here, the whole area. Try to work it and find the maximum pain spots. And also work with this machine. Go into the fibers and work your areas. If you have a problem with the elbow, check the areas around. First, bicep, of course, is always a source of problem, but most of the time I find it here in the brachialis, in this area. So just go into the fibers with the spoon, taking all the tension out. Go down the whole arm till the beginning of the wrist, and here also you will find old injuries that you can work out like this. Also take the relaxer and work in the fibers to regenerate the area, even here. Wherever your pain is, stay and work till the pain goes out, step by step. And at the end, of course, just stick the magnets on the pain spots that you have identified. If you have problem with the wrist, just do this exercise like bending and moving and pushing into the joint. Same thing you can do around with the other bones and also with the fingers, like moving them and with pushing into. And also with the thumb, you can rotate it and give a little bit pressure onto the body. Then you go also into the fibers and you work out the knots, working all the pain spots. Also on the inside of the hand, you can do it. And take the machine to regenerate and to work on the fibers.
Yeah, what was so cool about getting Angie to work on me was the fact that, you know, my back was, you know, sore just from riding all the time and just being, you know, a busy water athlete. And after the treatment, it was like, wow, it's like butter. Everything was smooth again. And sometimes in the water sports, you can get pretty thrashed around. You know, your head's getting twisted one way, your body's going the other. And basically, once my you know, spine was adjusted and then even the muscles around my neck were worked on, I felt like an owl. I felt like I could turn my head in a complete 360 degrees. I think what's really cool about this body work versus others is you know, the fact that, geez, it feels like you know, she's getting inside of you and really working where the problem began. Yeah, last night I was getting my arm worked on and I had never really gotten my forearms worked on, and from stand-up paddling and from windsurfing and kiting and, you know, doing all these power sports where you really are using your forearms and basically your whole body in general. But what was so amazing was it felt like my arm felt like a rock because there was so much tension between, you know, my ligaments and my muscles and everything. And it was as if like you had a thorn in the bottom of your foot and then you pulled out the thorn and it was like, oh, that feels so good. Every time that I get that treatment, I literally feel no tension or no pain in muscles or even in my spine, which is, it's a good feeling to have, especially when you're pushing your body to its limit, you know, quite often.
Stand as one, stand as one, stand as one.
Felt way better.
Stand as one, stand as one, stand as one.
I work a lot with professional athletes and sports injuries are common. It's just part of the game, you can't avoid it. That's why if you don't regenerate the spine, the price for a career is too high. Because injuries accumulate on the spine over the years, and at the end of the career, the body is a total mess. So then the athlete starts to have pain all the time, has a hard time training and is always injured, and it's all not necessary.
Ja, ich bin's hier, Philipp Köster, ich bin 18 Jahre alt und ja, ich habe keine Angst vor Verletzungen, nachdem ich jetzt die Behandlung kennengelernt habe. Vor 2 Jahren habe ich sie kennengelernt und ja, ich weiß, dass sie wirkt und ich hatte jetzt schon einige Verletzungen, also am Fuß, am Handgelenk, am Rücken, an der Schulter, und durch Angie habe ich jetzt, weiß ich, dass ich nach einer ganz kurzen Zeit wieder sofort aufs Wasser kann. Also ich hatte auch beim World Cup, oder einen Tag vor dem Finale, hatte ich was am Fuß und dann nach der Behandlung ging es wieder und über Nacht habe ich Magnete aufgestellt und ja, einfach perfekt. Ohne die würde ich gar nicht da sein, wo ich jetzt bin. Also, ich bin richtig glücklich.
What I'm born with is mine.
is regenerated, then there's no more drama, because the athlete can be world champion as many times as he wants, and he decides when he wants to stop, but not because of an injury. Maybe he wants to do something else, but still, after his pro career, his body is still working perfect and healthy, and that's how it should be.
I met Angie years ago in the Canaries, and I've had a lot of, let's say, speed crashes in my career, a lot of whiplash, and I've also put a lot of strain on my back with a lot of slalom sailing and course racing, speed sailing, wave sailing. And she was telling me about her therapy. I didn't really believe in it at first, and I had quite a lot of neck pain at the time, and she worked on me the first time, and I felt great the next day. A lot of my pain was gone, and I went back to her a second time, also in that Canaries Tour year, and I had lower back pain this time. And again, I felt great the next day racing, you know, constantly in the top. And since then, every time I have a problem with my back, I can only think about going and trying to get her type of therapy. And for me, it's been great. It's been able to make me feel fit and healthy. I'm getting a little older in my career now, and I can only recommend it to anybody who has any kind of back or spinal or neck pain. That Angie's technique is the best I've ever come across.
Stand as one, stand as one, stand as one.
I'm going to show you now how I work on the patient. He had one session and is already pain-free since that. And now we're going to do the second session and make sure all bones are reset. Okay, so I'm starting at the sacrum. I'm really close to the bone with my hand and trying to feel where the tension is, and there I stay while he's moving with his leg and moving the bone from inside. So this is fine. I'm going through all the spine up, and if I find tension, I just stay there till the bone is reset into place. Then the next step would be to take this tool and to go a little bit deeper on the bone. So I still can do a little bit better adjustments with the tool. And if this is also fine, then I take the next step. I take this tool that is even deeper, and you really have to go through the fibers and fix the bone while he's moving the leg, and so the bone resets step by step till the perfect position. And so we go all the way up like this, systematic work along the whole spine, bone by bone, no lottery, all systematic work. Okay, so now we are going up on the spine, and this is the dorsal area, and we're going to search for all spots that have tension and to work the bones underneath. So we're working with the tools that we can go deeper on the bone, and if we find tension, here I stop and I fix the bone, and he's moving the bone from inside. With this tool, I can go really deep and take the tension out of the tendon so the bone can move much better. But it depends always, it's painful, and it depends what the patient, for what is okay for him. So I have to see if this is okay for him. I can work like this. If not, I have to take the tension out and push less. And then also we have this tool here. This is a massage machine where we can regenerate the fibers and then also the bones can twist better. Okay, now this is the upper spine. We're working now on the cervicals, and he's moving the head in order to move the bones. So we stay on the spots of pain. Also here we take the tool, we go really deep on the bone, on the tendon. It's painful. So you can see how deep we work here, and also then we can use the machine to regenerate the fibers. This is very nice for the muscle fibers to get them soft again. But the basic job is to reset the bones, because if not, you never get a result, a permanent result. You just work over again and again, but using these tools here and going really deep on the bone.
Stand as one, stand as one, stand as one. Stand as one, stand as one, stand as one.
My first session with Angie was about 3 weeks ago, and it was a day when I don't know, had some really bad pain in my lower back. It was an amazing experience. I felt like my back was a little bit more lined up, and I could breathe deeper. My head felt clear, and I just felt loose. I don't know. I felt good. So she found some old injuries, and I noticed that's what was causing the stiffness in my back. And right after, it was just loose. It's like it was like when you're in a room and you hear some buzzing noise, or you don't notice it until it's off. And then she went in there and turned it off, and it was just, I felt like a brand new person. I felt like the next day I felt like $1 million, and then the day after that I felt even better. I felt like $2 million. And then I got a second session maybe a week ago, and did the upper back. After that, I didn't think I could feel better because, you know, $1 million, that's a lot of money already. But that time it felt like $10 million.
Stand as one, stand as one, stand as one.
As you can see, I work really deep, and I also show this in my seminars, because every therapist should work like this on his patients. Of course, we can only do what the patient is ready. We can't force it, but my patients, they want fast results, and they don't really care if the treatment is painful, because what counts is what is after the treatment, if the result is okay.
I'm 47 years old now, but I'm still competing with guys that are in their teens, in their 20s, in their 30s. So my body, I've got to do absolutely everything I can possibly do to still compete at a high level.
Stand as one, stand as one, stand as one.
My back was getting very stiff in the morning. My movement was becoming restricted, and it was becoming much more difficult to have that freedom of movement that you need. And the treatment that I had with Angie and what she did to my spine just extended my career another 2 to 5 years, I would say. After a couple days and everything had time to settle in and the muscles relaxed, it was extremely effective, and I'm so pleased with the results that I've had. So I'm super stoked with it, and I can highly recommend it. Especially, I don't know if the younger guys need it so much, but for your older guys that are still trying to play the game and compete at a really high level, absolutely. It's an absolute must.
So with all my height, stand with shoulders wide, stand clean out of light, hold my head up high, they can take my eyes.
exercises for the spine, you can do them over and over again. Just do what you feel like. Go slow and start to work deeper and deeper into the muscles. At the beginning, it's possible that you get bruises or muscle pain, but don't worry, that's normal because we're working on the problems. So don't be afraid, it's getting less and less. And when all old injuries are gone out of your body, you will be fine.
Hi, I'm Micah Bazinas, and I've been working with Angie for over 6 years now. And she's really helped me a lot through some injuries I've had. Some broken bones, serious back problems. But most of the time, you know, we just do a lot of maintenance work, and it really helps me to stay fit and stay on top of my game.
Stand as one, stand as one, stand as one.
It's really helped me through some old injuries where the therapy is finding old injuries that I thought had gone away or I didn't even know were there. I'm still out there able to win events. I just won an event last week in Korea. And so I'm really glad to be able to work with Angie, and she's done a lot for me, and she's really great.
So with all my height, still with shoulders wide, I still take to flight. Remember who you are.
If you are not quite sure and you want to learn more about this topic, check out my website.
Angie's work is very, very impressive. It struck me with the degree of which she can access the core issue.
The work that I have experienced from Angie is of a very essential nature because it activates a regeneration of the spine. A lot of times we accept our physical suffering is something that we have to live with. But she has taught me through her technique that that is just a program of the mind that can be transcended with the proper alignment of the spine.
So this is very fabulous work that releases you from that past cultural karma that has so much locked in modern society, brings us back to a natural state.
I hope you can use my tips, and if you invest a little time, you can see how your body changes, and you will get more flexible again and automatically also pain-free. It's up to you now, and I wish you all the best and good luck with trying out my technique. Thanks for watching.